Hello, everybody. Welcome on into our third episode of Fae Fam Talks, where we talk all about content creation, not only on Twitch, but other places as well, and many other subjects for all of the fun stuff that we would like to do. I'm Glamour Fairy, a content creator here on Twitch. That's where I put most of my content, but I've been working a little bit on YouTube as well as other places. In this episode, we are here with Spaceynvader, and we are going to be talking all about their content, where they post it, how they do everything, their scheduling maybe, and then their guest topic, which I will say at the beginning here. With their guest topic, we are going to be talking about Amiibo cards and Amiibo figures as well. And because of that, we are going to be having a giveaway that is happening. If the mods can go ahead and put giveaway into the chat real quick, you can enter for an Amiibo card that we will be revealing at the end of the stream. And you can do ! Enter into the chat. This is a live thing, so if you are listening to this on Anchor or if you're listening to this on any other platform, you will not be able to enter. But if you want to do this for other future giveaways that we have, just follow me at twitch.tv/glamourfairy so you can listen in and help and boost it on Twitch, so that way you guys can see everything and potentially be in giveaways. Okay, now Spacey has been a long time viewer on my channel. I've known Spacey for a while on my channel. I want to say like it was very close to the beginning. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it was pretty close to you starting. I think you were only
Yeah.
a few months in.
Yeah, something
Couple few
like
months
that.
in.
It was very beginning. And I do have to say that you're like a complete natural, and it's very interesting to see, because like with me, like when I first started, I was just like like quiet. I didn't say much in the chat. I didn't know how to interact with chat. But you took on to it so fast. You were just like, yeah, you're talking and you're like bouncing off of everything that everyone's saying when they come in, and it was gold. I loved it, because I went in on your first couple of streams as well, and it was really cool to see you do that, and then like seeing you grow where you are now. And you've only been streaming for what, 6 months now?
Yeah, just over. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's insane to me. Like I'm almost on 2 years and I'm like nowhere near anything to where you're at right now, and I'm so excited to see where you take it like from there.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's really nice of you. Good Lord.
Before I go any further into stuff like that, but I do want to hear what you have to say about yourself, Spacey. Go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody out there.
Oh, well, for those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Spacey. I like to stream a variety of games. Um, and I'm into a lot of stuff. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, I like to play music. I like comic books. I like playing cute games like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. And I like playing games where you can like hack a dude up sometimes and behead people, but like in a cute way, you know? Like Assassin's Creed, and I play D&D sometimes, and I do a lot of stuff. I've covered a lot of the like sort of nerdos to geekery fear.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, also I like space. Space is cool. Yeah, so arts and crafts and music and games and comics and all that stuff.
Yeah, you do kind of like quite a bit of like everything. I remember the first like first couple of streams that I've watched you were playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had never seen that game, and I had never like intentionally like wanted to like either watch or play that game, because like you know me, I play mostly just Stardew and Animal Crossing and then Dead by Daylight. That's
Yeah,
all I play,
sprinkle a
right?
little of that murder on top.
And then I know, and then like I was like, I want to see what this game is, and now it's actually on my wish list on Steam because of you. You know
Yay!
that, right?
Good. Yes. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So that's like, thank you.
But yeah,
Nice.
so like now that's like it also made me realize that maybe I need to start expanding on some things and get away from just the same games that I've been playing for so long, and like experience other things. And so it's kind of
Yeah.
cool to see that.
And that one was pretty wild too because I was for sure that if I were to ever start streaming,
Mm-hmm.
that it would either be well, I thought it, for sure it was gonna be Breath of the Wild because I was like, this is my jam. This is the game. I want everybody to see it, even though they've probably already seen it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh yeah, Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. But then, like a week before I started streaming, Horizon Zero Dawn came out, and I on the PC.
Right, right.
I did not know that it was already kind of old news. I didn't know. You wouldn't
I
know it
didn't
by looking at
either.
it.
No, definitely not.
Holy crap. And so on the computer too, like it was just so gorgeous. A lot of people I know when that came out, a lot of people were having issues with it, and so they were kind of being jerks. But I didn't have any, and it is was delightful, and I didn't know how that was going to go, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I I'm glad that I played. I'm glad that it inspired you to add it to the wish list.
Yes. I almost bought it the other day because it was on sale because Steam was having their sale and whatnot. So I was like, thinking
Oh,
about it.
girl, it's
I'm
such a
thinking
good
about
game.
it.
So good.
Talking about that though, because you were mentioning how you were thinking about doing Breath of the Wild first, and then you were thinking about Animal Crossing. So like, where did you like get your start with content creation? Like, where did you start deciding on streaming, and then like, how did you decide where you were going?
Oof. Well, okay, so I decided, I don't know when exactly I decided. Um, it was after hanging around wonderful welcoming streamers like you and Shiny and Tea Leaf and just so many wonderful bananas. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, bananas. Um, and I don't know. So I work. Okay, use your words, Spacey. Um, I've worked with more like I guess entertainment
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So hosting shows, so like hosting open mics or putting together larger events with entertainment and elements for charities and things like that. Local theater companies, writing, doing little mini films, working in music, performing on stage that way, all those things. So that's kind of like my it's terrifying and it's comforting all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like I was like I was trying to find community again, trying to find friends again.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I, maybe maybe I can do some good here because art doing combining arts and community was like one of my favorite. That's my jam. I love it so much, and I want to do
Yes.
so much more of it. And but I also know like I need to make sure that I approach it's going to be different with every like medium, every scenario, right? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's something I need to learn socially, social media wise and stuff like that, I guess,
For sure. For sure.
technologically. Anyways, so I thought about that and I was like, well, I don't know, maybe I could do it. Maybe I could do that, and
Mm-hmm.
then maybe that would help, you know, connect with some other kind, cool souls. Probably. Seems like there's a lot of cool people here, and then maybe from there, then maybe we can do some other good for some other folks. And so that's kind of really where it started was my desire to get back to that type of work that I love so much. Um, and I it was probably the winter of 2019, I want to say, is when no, God, it was probably before that. Anyways, somewhere in 2019, I was like, you know, okay. And I started to slowly like try to acquire and do research and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
about how I could get started with this. That's my story. Did I answer the question you asked? Good Lord.
Yeah, yeah, you pretty much answered it. So like you said that you did I'm with me, when I started streaming, I didn't do a whole lot of research. I just kind of like saw what everybody else was doing, and then I was like, yeah. And then I went into Twitch and I looked at like becoming a streamer yourself. And when you like go in there, it says, oh, here's all of these programs that you can use. I downloaded Streamlabs OBS, and I just kind of like looked at that and was like, yeah, I'm doing this. And I just kind of like looked up things as I went, but like it was the bare minimum of it. And then trying to figure out how to do everything, because I only had a laptop and that was it. I didn't have an extra screen or anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't know what I was gonna do, and so I just kind of went with it. My husband helped me a bit, and even then he wasn't really sure how to do any of it as well, because we never really went into stuff like that. We just were the ones that played the games. That was it. And so like it's kind of funny because now I have my own computer. I have 3 monitors. I've got lights on me. Like it's like the like it's like the like just the evolution of when you first started and just keep going. So like it's just one of those fun things to
It
see.
is, yeah. And there's a lot to learn.
Oh yeah,
The
you're
same thing.
always
I started
learning.
with laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have an extra monitor for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you probably remember me just like hanging around, like being in your chat, like, um, so is there, because also MacBook, so that just wasn't
Oh God,
helping. And I
no.
was so determined. I was like, I'm not only going to make this work, but I'm going to make it work with a MacBook. And I'll show them all. I was like, why are you making your life so hard? But sometimes, like, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some people that are just streaming from the laptops and doing a freaking phenomenal job with it. So,
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it matters, it doesn't matter, but it
And you
mostly
don't
probably
have
matter.
to
You need a
have
good
3
thing too.
monitors. We just, it just makes things just slightly easier on you. Because,
Yeah.
like, you have one thing here and one thing there and then another. As a streamer, I like to have, like, one side be, like, my chat, and then the other one is, like, my game, and then the third one is usually just, like, my Discord. So, like, if I need to talk to the mods or something like that, I can go ahead and talk to them real quick.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't have to have all 3 of those. I was working with 2 of them. By the second day, I was able to take. My dad works with computers, and I was able to ask him. I'm like, hey, do you have like a monitor just kind of laying around? And I knew that he had a couple of them, but I was like, do you have one that you could just give me? And he's like, yeah, I've got this thing. I don't know if it works or not, but like if it doesn't, I think you can just, do a couple of things with it and it should work just fine. And it worked, so it was perfect. Because at that point I was working with at that point I didn't have a capture card, so I wasn't able to play like Breath of the Wild or anything like that. I was literally playing PC games. So my first stream was a Sims stream, because that's the only game that I actually had downloaded. And then the second day I played Stardew Valley, and then I played that for like 3 months straight because
Oh my gosh.
I didn't have a capture card, and that was the only game that I could play, and I didn't have anything else, and I didn't want to play Sims because I'm terrible at Sims. Like, I'm terrible at building, I'm terrible at keeping my Sims alive. Like, it's just a whole bad situation.
It's a lot of work.
It
That game looks
is.
like a lot. I want to play it so bad. I have it, like, but I'm like, I don't think I can. I don't know. This is too much responsibility, man. I don't know.
Right? A lot of people
That's a
just
lot.
play it just to build, and that's totally valid too. Like, some people play it just to build, some people play it just to play the game. Like, you know, it's either or
No,
for that game.
I know Banana likes making babies in it.
That just sounds so
That's all I see that girl do. Like, well,
well,
my Sim's pregnant again. I'm like,
Sim's
what in
pregnant.
the hell is going on?
I thought that Sim was just a teenager just like 2 minutes ago.
Come on.
um, so
Drama.
I know that I know you have family, so like how do you come up with your schedule that you come up with? Like,
Oof. So, well, first of all, it helps a lot if you, especially if you don't live alone,
mm-hmm,
if the people that you're living with are supportive of what you're doing.
mm-hmm,
That is very helpful.
for sure.
But I thought I had all these plans. And like for example, I stream from my kitchen table.
Mm-hmm.
So, which happens to be right next to a giant window. Um, and I had been setting up this separate area for like, months and months and months as like a art, music, and stream studio.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the world started going wild,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody could go anywhere anymore. And I was like, okay, well, and then now, so my plan was, okay, well, while the kiddos in school, I'll go and I'll drive to the office, drive to the studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
My little mug here. Driving down. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so great. Another great day of streaming. Here I go. And then go stream, and then when done with that, come back home and then do, be like do all the parent stuff. Um, no, you can't do that though because uh, she wasn't going to be in school.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was like, okay, well, we'll stay here and just trying to make those adjustments. It's been probably not, maybe not as tough on them as I probably make it out to be in my head. Like I'm
Right.
always feeling sorry that like I'm taking up space or I'm streaming at a certain hour or whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
used to stream in the evening. I thought, okay, well, I'll do all this other stuff during the daytime then, and then I'll stream at night. But I'll have to wait until everybody goes to bed. So I'll tuck everybody in, and then that was just like a ton of like that was just really rough
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
then I would stream until late in the morning, and it's been a lot of jostling and trying to figure out what will work. um, and so I finally switched now to daytime. So I'm at school, I'm at work
Mm-hmm.
here, and the kiddos at school, and so we run the same hours.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just try to make it work that way. But I will say that I do oftentimes feel like I don't know, like I should be spending time. I think it's just a parent thing, like or like anytime you're like a guardian or a parent or
Mm-hmm.
somebody, you're like I don't know.
You feel like you should be doing something else, or
Yeah, like you
yeah,
should be
yeah.
constantly with them and entertaining them at all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no,
Mm-hmm.
like honestly, when she's done with school, she wants to be left the hell alone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. No, I totally understand that because William was over, my stepson. He was over for Christmas, and um at the beginning of that part, he was doing schooling online, and so like he would wake up and he would be doing his schoolwork, and I would start streaming like halfway through his school day, and then he would come back out and I'm like, oh, are you done? And he's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, oh, okay. And then he would just sit down on the couch and play video games, and like I'm like, you good? Like sometimes I'd like look underneath my monitor. I'm like, hey, you good? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool.
Which is wild, right? Because like, okay, here we are, and
Mhm.
I don't know. Your parents might have been different. Everybody's parents are different, but
Mhm.
I feel like what growing up for me, there was a good majority of parentals who were like, video game, schmidio game. That's gonna rot your brain. Blah blah blah. It's no big deal, right? And then
Mhm.
now I'm here and you know, I've made it into like my job, or even creating content, maybe
Mhm.
making, that's the job now. Um, so it's just I don't know. It's interesting that like I'll look over
Mhm.
and I'll see her like chilling. Like
Yeah.
maybe she's just still chilling, like, playing Animal Crossing or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, uh-oh, I feel bad because you shouldn't just sit and play video games all day.
Right, because like we feel like we weren't supposed to be doing that all the time. We weren't supposed to just be playing video games all the time. Oh, you need to
But
go
like,
outside and
wait a
play
minute.
around in the dirt,
Like,
you
wait a
know.
minute. Yeah, and also I think that it's good though. I try to just like remind her, like, hey, we were told like this was not gonna go anywhere. It's the like highest grossing industry, it's
Right.
like the craziest thing. Um, and we were told this, but like I think video games are actually good for you.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, yeah, the sunlight's good for you too.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it
let's
is.
go for a walk,
I
But I think it'd be bad of me to be like, I can't sit there and like be like trying to shame her and be like,
Mhm.
oh, you should go do like, because I'm sitting right, like I can't
Doing the
have
same
controller in
exact thing.
hand
Yeah.
and be like, you really need to make better use of your time. Why don't you go memorize the dictionary? Like, no, just let the kid. She just got off of school, let her relax.
Right. I think
So
I did the same thing with William. I'm like, you should be going. I'm like, you should go outside, and I'm doing that, and I have the controller in my hand, like you said. I'm like, you should go outside and you could do whatever. You can sit down and play your video games. I've been doing the same thing for the past 3 hours, so I think we're good. I think we're even, right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, sure, yeah.
But yeah, we'll go on walks sometimes after I'm done with streaming, depending on how late I go. If I do it later in the night, because I do afternoon streams for myself, but I used to do evening streams. I used to do like in the middle of the night streams. I once in a while do a morning stream, and that's bizarre. That's really weird for
I
me.
I ended up doing the mornings like because I would do so. er, we there are certain days that we don't have the kiddo, right?
Right, right.
Like she has my stepdaughter, um, and so those days like I know I can like stream for longer and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So I like on Sunday I knew okay, well I'll do that. But like why wait all day? Like I have an open day, so why don't I get started early? And then I was like, I don't know if that makes me old now, but I like the mornings now.
Hmm.
I really do. Um, but it was wild because I used to do 9 p.m. like 9 p.m. my time till whatever time in the morning. And
Hmm.
every time I told myself it wasn't going to be that late. That's cute.
Hmm.
Um, and then I do these big long streams. Like it was just messing with me it was just wild. But yep, I made it. I made it all, 5 days a week now. It's 9 a.m. Pacific time, 5 days a week.
When you have something
And
like specific like
it's
that,
like,
it's always nice to have it. Like when you find a schedule that's like consistent, and like you said, you do it with along with the wow, the schooling schedule that your kiddo has, and so like you can have it for that time, and it's just like it's like you're going to work, 9 to
yeah,
5 or
absolutely.
9 to 3 or whatever, and Monday through Friday. It's nice.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important. The scheduling.
Yeah. Yeah, scheduling is something that like I always bring it up with everybody because it's kind of neat to see everyone's like ideas of where they come up with their schedule. Like with your kiddo, you base it off of that. I do mine based off of work. Like I get off of work and I come home and I give myself a
I don't know
good
how you do that.
hour to 2 hour period so I can make some food if I need to, get ready, relax a little bit, get my mindset out of work, and then I stream. And I go for 3 to 4 hours. And then as soon as I'm done, I raid somebody. I chill in there for about 10 to 20 minutes. And then I go into my bedroom and I pass out. Sometimes I'll eat
Yeah.
and then I'll pass out. But like it's exhausting because like working and then streaming and then just going to bed and then starting all over again. Especially lately because I work at 5 a.m. So I'm
Yeah.
just tired.
It's a grind. And
Hmm.
that's what I've been doing. So my husband's usually up, like he is usually like on his way out the door, like I don't know, 4:35 a.m.
Hmm.
So I was like, get me up when you leave. Get me awake. I need to start the awakening process. Um, like, same thing, starting early to make sure, because there's so many other little things that you need to do before stream. But
Hmm.
that's why I'm just like, how the hell does anybody with a job do this? But also, they're not me.
Hmm.
So,
Well, and then that's the other thing is like I have like I take I switched it up in the past like month or so. I now only stream 4 days a week. So that way I have one day where I'm fully away from not only my streaming content, but also from work. So one of the days that I have off from work, I can play games and all that stuff. Like I can work on YouTube videos if I wanted to. But as long as I'm not streaming and I'm not like a constant like having to like put on like, be here and like talking to people and like, um, entertaining chat, I guess. I mean,
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
tough.
yeah, it can be like very like exhausting and
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Like now, by the end of stream,
mhm,
which is like what, 3 p.m.,
mhm,
4 p.m., um, I'm like, I, I'm taking like naps. Like I just go to the couch and I collapse for like a little
mhm,
bit because it's a lot
mhm.
of time.
Especially because you do longer streams. You do like 7 or 8 hours,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Six, I think six through the week, through Monday through Thursday, and then eight on Sundays. And then,
Mhm,
of course, sometimes those run over.
mhm,
Like the other day, a 6 hour stream turned into like a nine, I think it was a 9 hour stream.
mhm.
Um, and other times they've turned into like 13-hour streams. So I guess I stream for longer than some streamers
Yeah.
stream, I guess, but it's not like a competition, but I didn't
Right,
even
right.
realize it. That some people were like, "Oh my God, you've been
Yeah.
streaming for 5 hours." I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
You're
I'm
like,
at
yeah,
work,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
Like the average work day is like 8 hours. Like that's what I'm trying to do here."
Right. And sometimes,
Like,
and that's something that like some people obviously like I can't do an 8 hour stream. I mean, sometimes I have done those before where I get off of work and I do an 8 hour stream. I've done it when I was working an 8 to 4 at my job. I would come onto the stream and I would stream from 5 p.m. and I streamed all the way until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was just like, I gotta go to bed now. I'm tired. That's like
that's
a
wild.
16-hour day or a 17-hour day because I did my 8 hour shift and then I had an hour in between and then I had my 8 other hour shift of streaming. And sometimes when you're streaming, it kind of you have to use it as like a job. Like you have to like call it a job, like you said, where you're like, I'm doing 8 hours and like I'm getting paid for it because people are subscribing to me. So like you have to look at it as a job.
Yeah, if I don't treat it like it is you know, a job, then I guess the way that I looked at it was like, if I don't take it seriously, then nobody else is going to either.
Yeah.
So especially like, you know, folks from
Hmm.
certain generations.
Right. But then,
Or
but
like,
then
oh,
there's also the fact that you don't have to. I do have to say this because I do believe this as well. Um, you don't have to treat it like a job if it's not going to be your job. If you're doing it just for fun, you're doing it just for fun. But if you're doing
oh
it
yeah,
for like you're doing it so that you can get the funds and like create this career of yours with content creation, like you have to kind of make it as a job. You have to like put in to certain things and make sure that like
yeah.
you're
Well, and
putting in
then
that
it
effort.
is an investment too. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So, you know, computers ain't cheap, monitors
No.
ain't cheap, the
No.
stream deck ain't cheap, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like all that stuff, the amount of time, the amount
Mm-hmm.
of energy that you put into just whether it's like making graphics or God, trying to just come up with a schedule or all that stuff, like
Outside
just
of
trying
stream,
to
yeah.
figure out a tweet and then making sure, oh, did I also do this over on what am I doing? Instagram. And then somebody like you has like Patreons
Oh
and
God.
you're crazy. I do not know how you do all the things that
Mm-hmm.
you do, but
I
I'm
don't
glad
even
you're
know how
doing
I
them.
do it.
But like, and yeah, so just yeah, to be clear, that's good that you said that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying if you're not streaming for so many hours a day, then you're not really a streamer. Or if you don't treat it like a job, then it's not
Mm-hmm.
really like that's not what I'm saying at all. That was just something like for me that I
That you've
sort of
been
like
looking
told
at, yeah.
myself is
Yeah.
like, I think I to help with that little chip on my shoulder, like I gotta like kind of prove myself a little bit
Yeah.
to some folks who aren't they're not hip.
Mm-hmm.
So um but anyway, it's something that I enjoy. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that much. I know
Yeah.
that if it stops being fun, if it stops being something that brings me fulfillment and enjoyment, or it stops, doing that for others,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, then time to find something that
Find
does.
something else, yeah.
But yeah, by no means. I mean, you can stream for an hour a year. Great,
Mm-hmm.
that's fine. Like whatever works, and that's what's really nice about being able to sort of make your own schedule a bit
Mm-hmm.
with something like this. And that's something that's also like, oh no,
Mm-hmm.
you got a lot of options now. You
Right.
gotta be your own boss. But anywho.
That's the dream. That's the dream for me right now. Just like be able to just have my own schedule and cooperate with whatever I choose to do. Do whatever whenever for my stuff. But you know, we're working on
However the
it.
hell you're
We're
getting
working
it
on it.
done, you're doing a magnificent job.
I'm
So
all I say I'm almost there, but I'm really not. But like I have that mentality. So like that's another thing is like you have to get that mentality. You have to know that where you're going. Like you have to have that goal set in mind. If you have a goal, like where is that going, and are you almost like how can you get there? Make sure that it's something that's attainable, because that's something that like I can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm going for Twitch partner. Like I'm nowhere near that point of view where I'm at that, like I can start thinking, oh, I can start pushing for a partner. I'm nowhere near that. And I understand that I'm nowhere near that. Um, and that's one of those things. You have to know that you're not at that point. But I have other ideas of where I can start pushing myself to get to that point. So like I'm, pushing different things and adding different things into my stream, like this, doing a podcast
yeah,
and talking to
there's
other streamers.
yeah, yeah, and I guess always had the like there's a the mentality, I guess, is just like there's, which again can backfire on you.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
important to stay balanced and try to
Yes.
have a good perspective. Take a step back.
Mhm.
Check yourself lest you wreck yourself.
Take a break
But
when you need to.
yeah, absolutely. But
Cause
there's always more work to be done.
oh
There's
yeah,
always more that you can
there's
do, and
there's
that's
always
why
something
this
new happening.
yeah, that's why this kind of like works well, I think, for me in
Mhm.
this sort of medium,
Mhm.
because I am interested in so many things and dabble in so many things, and I am a
Mhm.
master of none of them. But um, like there's a lot of roles that go into streaming at all.
Mhm.
So you are the you're the set designer,
Mhm.
you're the oftentimes, not always, which is fine, like graphic designer, right? You're the costume designer, you know, you're the social media manager, you're
Mhm.
the vibe curator, if you will.
Mhm.
You're
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 literally
everything. You're the host,
everything.
you're the interviewer, you're all the things.
Mhm.
You're the event planner, you're the you're working the sound, you're the tech, you're the ones that I'm like using all these, like trying to use all these like theater, like just shit that I've known. So I've
Mhm.
dabbled with all of this, right? So
Right.
I've done I've like stage managing, working in the booth, lighting, all those things, hosting shows, event planning, all of that stuff is something, those all those experiences is what I've been able to incorporate little bits of that into this. So that's why I knew like straight out the gate. And you said, which is wild to me that you guys are like, oh, you were so prepared, like look how natural you, and I'm like, yeah, are you wild crazy peoples,
Right.
what are you
Well,
talking about?
that's kind of how we
But
felt.
like,
Like we saw you and we're like, yes, she's doing it. She knows what she like. The way that you just like vibed with everybody that was walking in, like even the people that you like, not like if I was coming in, you're like, oh, hey, Lamb, how's it going? Like that was normal because like it's me. But like if somebody new came into your chat, you didn't just be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Huh? But you're just like,
so
you're like, hey, and you like started like bouncing off of them, and you're like, hey, how's it going? And you're like asking questions and stuff, and
yeah,
it was nice to see that you were already like starting out like that, because like I said at the beginning, I'm so excited to see where you grow, like how you go
thanks.
further from where you're at.
That's so nice of you to say. Thank you.
Of course.
I don't
Okay.
know if I derailed your interview or not. Sorry.
No, no, you good. You good. Okay, so that being said, we are going to go to the next question, or not next question, the next topic, which is gaming news. So, um, I don't even remember when I'm guessing, I think it was like what, last week, the Direct happened, the Nintendo Direct. That's like my big
Ooh,
thing, okay? So like there was so many new
ooh.
things happening. What was the thing that like really got you excited in that Direct?
Okay, so I'm like Zelda. I love Zelda.
Mhm.
I love, I love, I love the Zeldas. The
Mhm.
Zeldas. Um, and I was really hoping for. I was hoping for Wind Waker. I
Me
wasn't sure.
too.
I didn't quite think they were going to come out the gate with, like they did with like the 3D All Stars. Is that what it's called for
Yeah.
Mario?
Yeah.
I know some people were like, oh well, maybe they'll do like one or two games, and it's Zelda's 35th and all that stuff. But also, I'm like, it's kind of the start of that though, so I feel like they're not gonna do that, yet. They're not gonna come out with everything yet. But I
Right,
was
right, right.
hoping that if they were to make, that they would be like, oh, and P.S. Here's some Wind Waker,
Yeah.
because I had just started playing Skyward Sword on the Wii
Yeah.
and have been having a time with it. But now that it's Skyward Sundays, so that's what I'm streaming now, and I'm having such a blast with it. But then they're like, "Guess what, everybody? Skyward's coming to the Switch," and I'm like, "Son of a!"
You're
So
like, come on, I was working on this. Like,
come on, yeah. And so I'm definitely excited about it. I think the controllers are cool.
hmm
Um,
oh god, the
I'm
controllers
really
are
excited
gorgeous.
to
I'm so
see
excited for those.
what else they come out with. I
hmm
know a lot of folks were excited about Splatoon and stuff, but I'm always looking out for Zelda, and I didn't even care that they didn't have anything to say about Breath of the Wild 2. I was
hmm
just like staring at the screen like, it's okay, I love you.
Yeah,
You're precious. Thank
seriously.
you. I was
That.
just like, I want to hug him so bad. Like I don't know what it is.
It's kind of
It's
like
because
I knew that like if they didn't have anything for Breath of the Wild 2, that I'm glad that they actually said something about it, because they could have just been totally like not say anything about it and just like spit out Skyward Sword and be like, "Hey, here's this," and we'd be like, "Where's my Breath of the
like
Wild 2? Where is
maybe
it?"
they forgot about number two. Just
Right?
distract
Was
them
that
with
like
this.
all of our imagination? Like, is this like a Mandela effect thing going on? Like, what's going on? But no, like I'm glad that they said something, that they're like, "Hey, by the way, like we're working on it. We just don't have anything to show you right now." And so I'm glad that they said something about it. But yes,
Yeah.
Skyward Sword, I'm excited about, mostly because I watched my mom play it. My mom is a very big Zelda fan as well, and she was playing Skyward Sword, and she hated the motion controls so much. She was just like, nope, not happening. She was like getting pissed off at it, swearing at it, being like, these
Oh yeah.
stupid motion controls, I'm pointing at it and it's all the way over there. And so when they said that they were doing button controls as well, I was like, yes, that's awesome, because a lot of people can't do motion controls because it's just
Yeah.
like, it's not it, motion sickness. I mean, it says it right there: motion sickness, motion control. It's
Yeah.
not something we all love to do. So it was
Right.
it was great that they were adding that in there, and I was
Yeah.
really excited. I was like, they better have button controls. They better have button
Yeah.
controls.
And I have a feeling that, it's gonna be a slow, like they're gonna squeak some more out. There's no way that they're gonna be like, well, here's Skyward Sword, it's coming in July. Like I'm pretty sure after July,
mhm.
like, we're starting to hit the fall time,
Mhm.
it's gonna be like, oh, and by the way, here's a little bit of this, a little bit
Mhm.
of Wind Waker, here's a little bit of Twilight, and then maybe
Mhm.
that'd be really great if they could put some of the handheld games on there, would be super
Yes.
good.
Um.
But yeah, I think there's more to come. They're not just going to be
Mhm.
like, here's Skyward, and then we would just wait for
Right.
Breath of the Wild 2. You know what I
No,
mean?
I'm sure that they'll put something in there. I'm
Yeah.
sure of it. I don't know what they'll put in there, but they'll do something. Um.
They're smart. Plus, if they did that, if they were like, here's all the stuff, then they can't get more money out of us.
Yeah, right?
So that would be just very silly for
And they
them to do.
know that they can get
They'd be
money
like,
out of us,
ooh,
especially when it comes
get
to
that
stuff with
child.
Nintendo. Like Nintendo knows that like they've got us wrapped around their
Oh,
fingers. Like
they're
we're
like,
just
if
like
you wanted to know where my balls were, they're right in the palm of Nintendo's hand. Just right, they just cradle them. Here you go.
just here. Oh my goodness. But see, it's true. It's very true.
Hashtag not sponsored yet,
You,
Nintendo. Looking at
yes.
you.
Um that being said, in the direct we also, because we talked about Animal Crossing, so in the direct they did show the Mario stuff that they added into Animal Crossing. What was your view on that?
There was so much happening
Yeah.
that I think I completely missed the fact that like the warp tunnels work
Yeah. Yeah.
because it was later on in the chat while some other. Oh, the other thing, just PS by the way, if anything, that direct made me realize how many games I am unaware of in the world because there were so many
There's so many
advertisements.
games.
So and then they're like, it's blippity blurp 45, and I'm like, there were 44 other games of these beforehand, and
And
I
I
still
have
have
no
never heard
idea
of it.
about them. Yeah.
But yeah, I was really excited for it. Um, I had to like check the chat
Mhm.
and see they were like, oh my god, I'm so excited, like going back and forth across the island, and I'm like, wait, what? The warp tunnels work? What? But you look pretty cute. Those little outfits are pretty cute. Huh?
Right? Oh, I'm excited for the outfits. I'm really excited for those warp pipes though. I told everybody that I'm gonna put one next to my house and one next to the airport because like that'll make it so much easier for me to just like because
Ooh,
my house is at the very back of the island, and so I'm ready for me to be able to just like plunk and
haha,
then like show up at my house or show up at the
that's
airport.
smart.
And apparently,
Also, one next to the toilet.
yeah, is it
Just saying,
perfect?
throwing it out there.
And I heard that you can have multiples. But when you do have multiples that you pop up at random, like you pop in a different, like if you have three of them, you can pop in either
Oh,
or, and you don't get to
gotcha.
choose them. So literally, I'm only gonna have two and call it good because I want to be able to know where I'm going.
Yeah, but oh yeah, okay, well that's good to know because I thought you could only have two. So
Right.
that's good.
And that's supposed to be coming March 1st, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Oh
ready for
yeah.
it. I'm ready for it. Now talking about Animal Crossing. Did you see the Sanrio amiibo cards and not the direct, but the little trailer that they had about them?
I didn't see the trailer.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I I I don't think Target opened their pre-orders yet. If they did, they're probably already sold out.
I don't think I don't think Target is doing pre-orders. From what I've been told.
Fathers.
I don't
Okay.
know if they are. If they are, then I'm kind of screwed too. But
I'm gonna have to go in. This is the one time I need you all to understand something. Since pre-pandemic,
mhm,
okay, your girl has not stepped foot into a store if they had the option where they would bring it out to the car.
mhm.
So I've gotten to know the drive up crew real well. But for my own safety and wallet, I have not been going directly into the stores because y'all know you go in there for a apple and you
Mhm.
come out poor as shit and with like a bunch of dollar section
For
shit
sure.
that you think you're gonna do stuff with and you never will. So it was, you know, but I will do it. I will do it for these cards. I will
Oh,
go in.
seriously
So
though.
help me.
If I'm
Go
able
in
to
there, start
purchase
tossing out
more
those.
than just the one set of cards, I'm going to buy multiples of them so I can give them out to people. Because
Absolutely.
like I want everybody to have these cards because I have the little fobs. Ava gave them to me. Um,
I watched you open. Yeah.
yeah, and so I have those little fobs, and so I'm able to get them as soon as they're available. I'm able to get them right away. Um, but so
So
in I don't
cool.
know if you not only about the cards, but you can also have those characters move into your town now.
Mm.
That is what the video was, is that you get to
Oh,
see you get to actually have them move into your town now.
Oh no.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
I
Oh
know.
no.
And all of the
Oh.
cute little you should really go on to YouTube and check out the stuff because you also get all the furniture that they have. I mean, I don't know if you get to actually have the furniture, but like the furniture that they have in their stuff is the cutest stuff ever. I'm so excited. I'm ready to have Chai in my town. I'm so ready to have Chelsea in my town. Like screw this cat island that I've had set up for the past like couple of months. Like screw that. I'm doing this. I'm gonna
The
have a
nine
Sanrio
lives is
one
through.
now.
Cats, get out.
Yeah.
Scram.
I'm gonna have a Sanrio island now because like I need this.
Yes. That sounds amazing. Yeah, okay. Well, that's that's very exciting.
Yeah, and
That's
you also
very
get outfits. You can have there's gonna be like the Hello Kitty. There's actually gonna be a Hello Kitty like or Sanrio uh what is that update? There's an actual update happening. It's on the 18th 21st, something like that. It's before the cards actually come out, and then you can
okay.
go and get the cards, and then yeah. So I'm excited.
That's
I'm hyped.
awesome.
I'm ready for that. Like that is like my main like thing that I am ready for because I was like hoping that they would have this so
Well,
bad.
yeah, that and I I wish they would I don't know, maybe we can hope for like being able to use other amiibos to like see
Hmm.
because in like other wasn't it like New Leaf you could scan in like Link and stuff, couldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. So like
It's like
this
temper
kind of
I don't
goes
think
in
they
with our
could
guest
like live
topic. So
there,
I'm
but
gonna switch on over to it because it goes with the guest topic as well. Because we are talking about amiibos for the guest
sorry.
topic. No. You're fine. This is how I wanted it to roll into the next thing anyway. But I remember doing that. You can use like a Link amiibo. I believe is what one of the things. There was a specific one I think that you can get Wolf Link onto your island, or not island, into your town, and New Leaf, and so. I I never did that. But I also had the fobs and I was able to move one of the Sanrio characters onto my New Leaf town. I can't remember who it was, but I know that I did that as well because that's where the Sanrio ones came from, and that's where the Link ones came from. There's Wolf Link, and then there was Ganon, the pig. I think there was one more for that one, but I really want them to bring those back as well, and I think they might do that with the extra like with Zelda having their 35th anniversary this year. Like I think that they'll add that in there. I think they have ideas, but having Mario having their anniversary as well as Zelda, like they're trying to like balance it out, and I
That dude's played out. Come on.
and I
It's
think that
time for Link.
it
Okay,
is.
put
It
away your
really is.
Mario mustaches. Okay, I am playing Mario Galaxy though, and it's a super blast. And of course, we all love Mario.
Hmm.
But there has been like a look, dude, it's a new Mario. It's a new Mario. It's a new
Hmm.
Mario. It's a new like too much. Okay, make
Yeah,
a little
there's
room.
constant new Mario stuff, but like where's all this new Zelda stuff? Like come on. Like
Where it at? Where it at?
where
Make some
where
room.
it at? um so a question with your amiibos. You do you prefer the figures or do you prefer the cards?
I love the figures.
Hmm.
Um. Oh, I forgot to send this to you. I went and found a site where you could, check like off like which amiibos you have
Oh my
of the
god.
whole collection.
I'm going to need that
Um,
cuz I
it
need to do the
was
same
pretty
thing.
bad. I think I think I'm missing some, to be
Hmm.
honest with you. But okay, so short answer to your question, I do like the figures.
Hmm.
The cards are great, but of course, like the figure. I mean, look at them. Look at little Dinky.
Yes.
That's actually the very first one that I got too.
Oh god, what was my first one? I don't even remember what my first one was.
How like yeah? What's your collection looking like?
So obviously nobody can see it because it's behind the green screen. But I used to have on top of my bookshelf, if you guys can kind of remember, it was an old, way back when I was streaming. I used to have like my collections up on little
Yeah,
displays and stuff.
like the
Um,
Funko Pop and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So before the Funko Pops, my husband and I, we were very avid collectors on the Amiibos, and we would have a bunch of the Amiibo figures. We don't have all of them, but we were pretty like into it. And then I was very into getting all of the Animal Crossing ones. So I have every single Animal Crossing Amiibo figure that is available. So I have like I think two different Isabels. We bought Amiibo Festival just so that we can get the specific ones that came with Amiibo Festival. We have a bunch of other like specific Mario ones. We have a couple of the Splatoon ones. Um, but yeah, we've got those. And then my Amiibo cards are just like I have some, but not like a lot because I gave away a lot. I had a good stack, and then I gave away most of them because like I
Oh,
wanted I wanted to give people the ability to have those characters on their island for Animal Crossing. The only ones I
it's a
didn't
good
get rid
feeling.
of. Yeah, it is. I really love giving those out, and I miss having those to give out. But now I just have like a couple here and there that nobody really wanted. So I have like six of them left.
No
But other
Piet,
than that,
no Pietros, huh?
no, no.
I like Pietro. It's not his fault.
No, I'm
Poor
not.
Pietro.
I mean, like, I'm just not a fan of him. That's what I say all the time.
And
I'm
that's
just not
fair.
a fan. I mean, if you're a fan,
Um,
like, that's totally fine. But, like, me, nah, I don't really.
that's right.
Eh.
I mean, there's what, 400 of them, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Something
Four
like
or
that.
500, four or
Yeah,
500 freaking. I mean, that's there's a villager out there for everyone. That's what I love about it.
exactly.
And then there's a few that we could all mostly collectively be like, why did you do this to us? What is this thing? We don't understand. Please make it
Right.
go away.
Um,
Anyway,
so I don't know if they're making any more, like, amiibos. Like the figures. Are they making more of those? Do you know?
yeah, they are. We've got. I'm very excited for um, the Sephiroth amiibo to come out
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
because
because
you know that's gonna be gorgeous
oh, I didn't even think about that because they have them all for
for
all of the
Smash.
Smash
Yeah.
characters. I'm not very big on Smash. Like I don't play a whole lot of it, so I don't think about those. But I do have some Smash amiibos. Um,
Yeah, yeah. They have that's probably like the biggest takes up the biggest chunk of the figures as
mhm,
far as like you have a few Splatoon, you have a couple of Monster Hunter, you have the Zelda specific ones, and then like there's a ton of um, Super Smash Brothers,
mhm.
um, which I do have and enjoyed playing. I unlocked all the characters up until I don't know. I think just before they announced that they were gonna put out Joker, and then
Okay.
I haven't been like played since. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Um, but that's another one we have coming out is Banjo and Kazooie is coming.
Mhm.
Terry from what's it called is coming.
Yep.
Um, and I have a feeling that it's gonna make. I have a feeling that there's gonna be more. Like, I mean, look at Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
So even if I think that they're gonna have a lot more amiibo
Mhm.
stuff. I think we'll see some more
Do you think that they'll
because
re-release Animal
I'm
Crossing?
I'm freaking hoping if they're smart they will
Mhm.
because there's a lot of people. I mean, I know they are Nintendo and they got that Nintendo money,
Mhm.
but like there's a lot of other people that are making that Nintendo money
Mhm.
by selling a card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it sucks. So, like in North America, we always get the very slow drip when it comes to definitely to Amiibos, probably to other stuff from
Mhm.
Nintendo, but definitely to Amiibo. So, so many other countries, you've got it's just they've got Amiibos for miles,
Mhm.
far as the eye can see. It's like that's where they all go and they play and they're happy, right? It's that farm, but it's real.
Mhm.
Um, and North America, no, it's different. Most of the time, if you ask like a retailer, they're not gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
when they're gonna get their next batch of amiibos in.
Yeah, they'll just tell you like, hey, by the way, this is our delivery date, but I don't know if any's coming in during that time.
Right. Or like when, yeah, like, hey, okay, they sold out of the 3 each Best Buy was given. You know what I mean? And then like, okay, well, do you know when they're? I have no idea. I got nothing. Like they never know,
Mm-hmm.
and they have North America on this slow drip.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, I get it, but I don't
I think
get
it's
it.
because they know that we'll just like suck it right anymore, just like give me
Yeah.
the amiibo cards. Because
Well,
like if it's me, like if I could, I would buy an entire box of amiibo cards just to give out to
ooh,
people.
don't think I don't keep looking. I keep looking. Like that's how I ended up with these
Mm-hmm.
because I was on Best Buy and I was just checking a couple things out. And then, like, at the very bottom of the screen, it was like amiibo cards. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why that's there. They don't sell them anymore. And then I was like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? And so it was like, I think they probably charged me like an extra $3 or something
Mm-hmm.
per pack, you know, to
Right.
like for like some weird shipping BS.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just went and I was like, I don't, I just don't think about the account. Just go, just
Just
order a bunch.
don't think about the account. Just
So
keep buying.
I
Just keep
ordered
adding.
as many as they would let me, right? So they would only let you order like one, either one at a time
Mm-hmm.
or like 2 packs or something. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. And then like I just, okay, well, I'll just each separately, like, it was a wild ride. But I ordered like I think 5 packs of each series number,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Mm-hmm.
5 or 10 packs of each series
And
number.
there's
And
what,
so I've
four
been,
series?
what's that?
There's 4 series, right? Or 3?
Yeah, yeah, there's 4.
Okay.
Um, and so, yeah, so I've been slowly, like, well, probably more quickly than I had originally planned because I just like to open the packs and then also I like to give a card away
Yeah.
from time to time. But um, yeah, I've been whittling it down. So we've only got a few packs left right now, and I haven't seen them available. But it's in and out, and they're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna be like, "Hey guys, guess what? Best Buy it now has Animal Crossing." Best Buy is not gonna tell you that.
Mm. No.
Target's barely gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, you have to find it.
Yeah.
You
You
got to
really
be
do.
looking.
You got
It's
to be
tough.
like actually actively looking for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, just a reminder in the chat, in on Twitch here, Spacey is going to be giving away one of the amiibo cards. So if you would like to enter to win one of those cards, just do ! enter into the chat to potentially win. Um, yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
um, so like your amiibo collection that you currently have for like the figures, you said that you have almost all of them, that there's just a couple that you're missing?
I have, um, yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
According to this chart that I filled out the other night, um, I have 128 out of 200. They are
There's
204, is what
there's
they say.
204 amiibos?
But see, I keep trying to look like how many figures are there? Dear
Mm-hmm.
the internet. And then it's like, well, there's 176 of blah blah blah. And then you have and I'm like, just somebody give me a grand total. Like,
Is it?
and making sure that the totals aren't from previous years' articles and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to keep track out here. But yeah, the majority of those are Smash Brothers. Some of them are, some of those are like for Bayonetta. Bayonetta had 2 versions.
Oh
Cloud has
yeah.
2 versions. I think Corrin has two
Mm-hmm.
versions um, that you can get for that. So,
Right,
or like
right.
there's a variant. Some of them are ones that like good good luck.
Yeah, they're like limited edition, and they were limited like 3 years ago. So you're like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. And I have some like I didn't realize like how I guess they would consider some of them rare, but I had a couple in that little category, which one is I found out last night is actually called the Delicious Amiibo.
Ooh.
And do you want to see it? I can show it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on. Hold.
yeah. Just a reminder, everybody, to put that exclamation point enter into the chat so that way we could go ahead and do that. Spacey will be opening the pack probably at the very end when, on our ending screen after we're done answering the questions. She'll be opening one pack, and then you get to choose out of that pack. That's what we decided, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
open up a brand new one, and then whatever one of those 5 or whatever, minus the sparkly one.
Yeah.
Then yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the
Oh
Delicious
my
Amiibo.
God. Oh my
And it
God.
was real cereal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super Mario cereal. It has like little question mark boxes and little toads and stuff. Marshmallows. Look at this name on the back. And it is a working Amiibo. So you can scan this cereal box and it will work.
Oh my God, that's so
every
cool.
once in a while you can find these on like Amazon, maybe, or like eBay. I might have even gotten mine off of Mercari or something. Every once in a while, they'll bring it back out in one region of the country, random stores. I promised myself I wasn't gonna open it. I failed.
I would fail too.
I
honestly.
had to know. I had to know.
I totally
I was like, what does
that.
it taste like? It's probably just garbage. What if they just like, what if I open the box and it's just like a note that says like, gotcha, bitch. Like, there's no cereal in here. You know, like,
even though you can hear it.
Yeah.
just gotcha.
Gotcha,
You thought there was
bitch. Yeah.
cereal, but guess what? They're just like little balls in here.
Yeah. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I then found a second. I found that they had done like another, you know, they put it out again, another release of it. So I did buy, because then I bought some more for like other people too. And I was like, okay, well, this will be the box that you don't open, and that didn't work either. I have 2. They are technically opened, but it was pretty good. The second one was better than the first. I think the first one was a little stale, if I'm being honest. I think the second one was a fresher batch. But again, both of those they are functioning Amiibo, which like, how could you not want to get that? You know what I mean? Like, what a ridiculous and fun thing. That's what I love, is when they get really creative with stuff like that. And when I first saw Amiibos in general, I was like, this is gonna just be a money pit. Like,
that's how it was parents, for us too.
Like, look at all you dummies. Like, yeah, man. But no, they're not. Also, they're really well done.
Yeah, they are. They're not that bad. Like, I mean, the figures themselves are amazing. And like, I mean, I love them, and they were definitely like kind of a money grab for us. Like, it was, you know, lots of money spent on it, and I don't even have as many as you have. I think I only have like 4. I want to say between 30 and 40 of them, I think. But I haven't done anything with them in so long, and sometimes I bring them out when I'm playing Breath of the Wild to get the extra like bits that you can get in Breath of the Wild. But that's literally the only reason why I bring them out usually.
Yeah. It's Breath of the Wild is my first, like, how I ended up getting into Amiibos anyway. I didn't fully like understand them. I was like, okay. Again, I thought it was probably just gonna be like another waste of money, like, thing. But then when I was playing Breath of the Wild, I was like, oh man, there's no Epona in here. You know, I'm still thinking back, you know, to like
right
Ocarina days, right?
Of course.
And I don't know how I came upon it, but I read something that said if you scan the Link Amiibo for Super Smash Brothers, it will give you Epona. And I was like, bullshit.
You're like,
there's no way.
There's no way. That does not. That's not how it works.
Yeah. And I kept reading, like trying to basically find an article that would disprove it or something. I don't know why. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna crack the case wide open on this one. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, okay, you know what? Like, let me check this out. So I did also just hot tip. If you're ordering Amiibos, you can get them from. You can get new in box Amiibos from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Just get the ones from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
They're always going to be less expensive.
Mm-hmm. That's how
So
I got
unless,
the Yoshi, one of the Yoshi ones, one of the Yarn Yoshi ones.
oh
I
man,
think.
oh I want that Mega Yarn Yoshi so bad. The little ones
Yes.
are so cute. They're so adorable.
I was
I
gonna say,
don't
I
know.
think I have a,
I don't know if
I
I,
think I have one of them, one of the smaller ones. We bought
yeah,
the we
I
bought the
got
game and did that. Yeah.
yeah. The Mega Yarn Yoshi is still, and so basically, if you don't know, the Mega Yarn Yoshi is probably like this tall.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which the only other big Amiibo is this
Ah,
Pikachu
yes,
that I
yes,
can
yes,
think of,
yes.
like another, like one of the larger ones, which
Yeah.
apparently is also like on at least this list, like more rare one, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I just know it's right next to the delicious Amiibo on the list. Anyways, so um, anywho, unless it's really important to you that like if you're collecting and you want
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know everything on every box to be in English.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, but don't just get the ones from Japan.
Some
Okay,
people are very
so
specific about it, so like I get that.
and I can get very picky and specific about stuff too, so I do understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this one though, it is this one, and I know I've been having a little trouble with my camera lately, so I can't tell if you can see it very well, but
Mm-hmm.
it's this guy. He looks like he's running. He's like, Meh,
Yeah.
and he's got this yellow thing, which kind of looks like he's peeing. But anyways, that's my only thing that I'm like, why you do this? But anywho, that's the one that you scan in. And I remember like
I'm gonna do that on
I
my
was like,
next Breath of the Wild stream now, because I think I knew that, but like I just never really thought about it.
oh, oh, glam, oh, glam. It'll blow your freaking mind. Okay, so like I was still suspicious at this point. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why. I don't know why. But I was still like, well, okay, I got the I'm just like I was just being it. I don't even know what okay. I got the amiibo and I was like, okay, well, let's see. And like I was like, everybody stop what you're doing. You just don't make any sounds. Just hold on, just watch.
Just watch
And
this.
like I was like, okay, you take the thing and then you just tap it on the and I understand why and how that works, but I
Mm-hmm.
also my brain is just like just dark
Magic.
magic. It's dark magic.
It's magic.
I don't get it. It's like no, there's a little chip in there, and it tells you no, it's dark magic. So I tapped it on the little Joy-Con,
Mm-hmm.
and then a fucking horse dropped into my screen. The horse of legend. It just was like boom, boom, like it literally just drops into your screen, and I almost died. I was like, it's a point, and like the kid didn't know at that point because she was like not even, she's barely even into Zelda, she doesn't know.
Yeah, so it's just a little.
And my husband's like, okay, and the dog didn't seem to care, but I was so excited. I was like, yeah. So then, yeah, I realized that all of the amiibos, any amiibo from any friend, or like any title, whatever, will work in Breath of the Wild,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice.
You get
And
something, whether it's food
yeah, and
or a weapon.
all of the, yeah, all of the, I then made it my mission, like, okay, I'm gonna collect just the Breath of the Wild Zelda ones.
Mm-hmm. We always know how that goes.
Then it was like, okay, you're gonna collect just the Zelda ones. Okay, sure. And then I realized like the one for Majora's Mask was still like, at the time it was like selling for like $95.
Oh
Just
God.
absurd. Like the markup on a lot of them. And when you get into like collecting stuff, I'm sure
Oh yeah.
even if you don't necessarily go into it I don't know. I didn't go into it like I'm going to be a collector of this item. It's just like, oh, I think this is kind of what
I
happened
like
now.
this. Yeah, that was
I think
me
I
with
kind of
pop
got out.
figures. I just was like, I kind
Yeah,
of like this, and then now I have a lot.
yeah. I'm like, we don't have the shelf space
Yeah,
either. Like,
no,
we
neither do
just
we.
don't. And but they
They're in
like, I have a
boxes
lot. I
now.
have quite a few pops myself, and but I love them.
I've come from like a collecting family. Like we like to collect things. We find something that we like and we collect it. My dad, his thing was Nintendo, and so he bought every single Nintendo published Wii game except for one. And so like that was his thing, and as well as a bunch of other things, of course. My mom, she collected Ursula things because her favorite villain is Ursula.
Mm.
My sister, she loves Nightmare Before Christmas, and that was what she was collecting up until about, I want to say, 2 years ago. She started collecting My Hero Academia stuff. So now she's got a bunch of My Hero Academia
Oh,
stuff. My
yeah.
thing was fairies, and then I went to Sanrio stuff, specifically Hello Kitty.
Mm.
And one day I will show everybody all my Hello Kitty stuff. Then I went to Amiibos, and then I only went to so many until we switched over to pop figures. And so now I have an overabundance of pop figures that it's insane.
It's well, and but you would take. Have you been leaving them in box,
Nope.
or a lot of we? I know they
I
were
take
like
them
just
all
out.
out except for my husband takes has two of them that he keeps in the box. Otherwise, I always take them out of the box because I'm like, I don't care about the value about them. They are valuable to me for looking and designing my bookshelf and making it look pretty.
I'll
That's
tell
the
you
whole
what
thing for
though,
me.
there is something to be said for keeping them in the box and then not having to dust all those because
Seriously. And honestly, like the value for some of them, like my husband took one of them out of the box and he's like, this one's worth this much money. I was like, yeah, in the box. You have it out of the box now. How much is it worth now? He's like, half of that,
$8.
half of it. It's like
Yep.
it cuts down.
Yeah, and a lot of mine have been, secondhand, like from just various shops and stuff.
Hmm.
I did find a Boo. If you didn't know,
Hmm.
there's a Boo amiibo that um, glows in the dark, and
Ooh,
I thought that was really cool.
that's awesome.
Boo is one of the more expensive ones.
Hmm.
I feel like Boo went down a little bit last time I checked, but it's been a little bit, so it could be right back up there again.
Hmm.
Um, but I did find that one and um, and was able to snag it at a steal.
Hmm.
Um, and that one I did, I kept in box. My Majora's Mask one, I got it from a seller who was kind enough to drop his price, but definitely wasn't anything near
Hmm.
retail.
Hmm.
Um, and so he sent his new in box, but he also put one of the box protectors around it, that you
Ooh,
can get.
nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I just left that one in there because I was like, well, okay,
Yeah, that gets my most
sure.
expensive one. Might as well keep that one there.
Yeah, like this one, yeah, like ta-da.
Nice.
That's I don't know if
Yes.
it's whatever. I don't know if you too glary.
Yeah, the
Um,
lighting, it happens. I get that.
but that one, and then it gets weird. I can talk a lot about this stuff, but you just tell me if you want me to shut up because we could keep
I was
talking
actually
about it.
going to switch on over to some of the questions that we have, which do
Oh, sure.
involve some of the amiibos as well anyway. So,
Great.
the
Yeah.
first question we have on here is from Pastel Madness, and it says thoughts on Pocket Camp outfits. So, like, do you play Pocket Camp? You
I
play?
do.
You do? I'm an on and off playing on that one. So, like,
I have not been keeping up with it as much. I mean, I was playing the hell out of it before, obviously, the release the console game.
of course.
I um, also was like, I'm definitely going to keep up with this. I have the, I pay for the Happy Camper, whatever companion, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and that stuff. And I check in on it every probably couple weeks, but I've been trying to play more of it. The question was about like
The
how,
outfits. I think it was
what
the
we,
outfits that have to do with like I think they came out with some Sanrio outfits. specifically for it. Yeah. From what
I
I
feel bad
remember,
that
they
I
looked
can't.
really cute. I think they had backpacks. I'm not completely sure, but I think that's what I saw. Again, I don't keep up with Pocket Camp stuff as much because I don't touch it.
They did
Not
this
very often.
before, didn't they? Like,
Yeah, I
didn't they
think
have like
so.
pom
Yeah.
puring or whatever?
Yeah.
Or that's Sammy, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they had some others in there. I don't know. I just remember like I don't know. I can't remember like all the characters, but I remember
Mhm.
back in the day, I was like Pachaco because he's a dog and I love him. That's Maru, Croaky. Going to the Sanrio store in the mall was like dream come true, you
I
know.
had to go to
Anyway,
I had to drive 2 hours to get to a Sanrio store.
damn.
So
But
we would make it
worth
a
it.
thing. It was well because like it was when I was a kid. So like every year we would make like a trip down to Seattle, and we because that's where it would be at. We would take a trip down to Seattle, and we would go into the store, and we would go to Ouija Maya, and we would go to Sanrio store, and we would go to all sorts of stores like that, and we would just like find all the Sanrio stuff. And it was mostly
Yeah.
for my mom and I because we were more into the Sanrio stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
I'd always be excited until I got there and then realized that I didn't have $25 for the pencil with the little frilly thing on it. Like it was
Yeah.
always like I don't know, whatever I wanted was like apparently really expensive. I'm like, damn it, you're crushing my dreams,
hmm
Sanrio.
Seriously
I
though,
don't have that
Sanrio is
Hello
just
Kitty
like
money.
I have. Oh god, the amount of stuff that I have for Hello, and it's not. I don't even have that large of a collection, but I have a good enough collection because it was stuff that I was collecting when I was that my mom was collecting before, and then she passed it down to me, and so I had a bunch of her stuff as well as the stuff that I started collecting. So like I have like the Ramune soda. Like I have two of those that are Hello Kitty specific that I got. One of them I got from my mother-in-law. The other one I got from the store when I went down to Seattle again. And then we still go to Seattle and we go get stuff at like Daiso. Daiso is like literally one of my favorite stores because it's like a Japanese dollar store.
Ooh, nice.
hmm So
I
like we
want to go
go in there and we'll come out with like a good old bag filled with stuff.
that's
And that's where I get
awesome.
like all my cute stationery sets that I have. That's where I get all of them. I got so many. Oof.
Oh,
It's
let's go
literally one of my
shopping
favorites.
someday.
Yes.
Let's do
For
that.
sure.
I want to come visit and we'll go shopping.
Yeah, I love shopping. It's literally like my therapy.
but
um,
but bargain shopping, right? Gotta find a
yes, oh
good deal.
yes. Seriously, anytime I go to Michael's, everything that we buy is on sale. And if it's not
Oh
on
yeah,
sale, I have a coupon.
get your coupons out, everybody.
Always.
Mom's going shop.
So Andrew has a question. It says, Spacey, out of the ones you have, what is your favorite amiibo?
Okay, so I had a feeling this might come up.
Which is why I didn't ask it because I saw that Andrew had asked it, and so I was like, I'll put a pin in that one.
Good. Look at you. See, this is you're so good. Um, I really like. Lord, I don't. I don't know. I really like the cereal, the delicious Amiibo for sure, just because I think it's ridiculous and fun. Um,
It is out there. It's definitely one of those fun ones.
um, um, I love all of the Zelda one. Oh God, my favorite Amiibo. I should have known this.
You're like, I knew this
I
was
mean,
gonna come, but I just didn't like think about it.
I well, and then I asked my stepdaughter earlier. I was like, "What's yours?" And she's like, "Palutena," and like just like no problem, just like whip that out. And I was like, "Oh, well, that's okay. Well, God, what's it like to be able to make decisions like that? You know?
This is a mood.
How old are you? God." Um, I I could tell you some of my favorite ones. Some of
Do
my
it.
favorite ones. Cereal box. I like this giant one because it's ridiculous. It's giant.
It looks ridiculous.
I
Like
like the
the giant.
yarn
Yeah.
Yoshis
Mhm.
for sure because again they're a little different. Um, I the Wolf Link is very cool.
Mhm.
Rider Link is very cool, or like Archer Link. I'm trying to show these, and my camera's not ready for it. Sorry. Um, and um, and this one. this guardian,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
which is
I don't have that
dope.
one. Like I
And you
definitely
can
don't have that
bend
one.
like you can bend the legs and stuff,
You
and
can bend
usually
the
he's hanging
legs.
out like on my side.
Oh shit, now
He's
it's like I'm
huge.
gonna have to go look
Love
for this
him.
stuff.
Yeah, there's so many fun ones.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, anytime you guys want to hang out and see my amiibos, just ask me. I think I'm gonna make it like a channel thing or something at some point.
For sure.
Show me an amiibo.
Ooh, that would be awesome. Have that as like a channel point redemption. Just be like, show me
Yeah.
an amiibo, and then like, just be like, this is the closest one here.
Here is the look. It's like I did get some of the newer ones. I got the Mario
Oh yeah, yeah.
um, and Peach cat suit ones, and these are nice because they're textured,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's
One of my
fun.
very favorites is the Link's Awakening
Mm-hmm.
amiibo.
I have
It's
that one.
very simple,
Mm-hmm.
but it's beautiful. I
It
love it.
is.
And the Pokemon ones came out really nice. The Pokemon Trainer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Bulbasaur, Squirtle came out really, really nice. I'm
Nice.
just not going to answer any questions that anybody
I
actually
mean,
wants me to answer today,
technically,
am
you
I?
did answer. You just gave multiple answers to it, so I think it's perfect.
You got
Um,
bonus answers.
so Shiny asked, "Do you have any type of content for stream you'd like to explore that you haven't already?"
Hi Shiny, and also, and Andrew and everybody again. Um, I would like to. I have so many ideas for stream. I would like to expand more on a few.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to expand the music portion of it. I would really like to get stuff together enough to be able to do more like charity driven
Mm-hmm.
things, or just like things that highlight uh, stuff or people that
Mm-hmm.
I think is cool.
I totally
Um,
understand that. Yeah.
I've been thinking about doing something um, called like a segment like "Have you heard of?" And that's either a musician or an artist or um, yeah, an organization, whatever. That's sort of like I don't know, doing good, cool stuff,
Yeah.
and would be especially good if like they're also all the cool stuff they're doing is also with like community help stuff,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas.
Oh, I totally
I'd
understand
like
that.
to do a cooking stream at some point, but I don't know what. I feel like that's a bad idea for me.
It's just something that you
Electronics
have to
around
kind of like
hot stuff, or
you have to kind of like explore like the idea and so, like if it was me, I would literally just like I wing things so much. I'm just like I'm gonna wing it, but like sometimes stuff like that you kind of can't wing it. You have to have it prepared and ready to
yeah.
go.
Like I didn't realize that. I didn't think I would do as many sort of art
Mhm.
streams as I ended up doing, but
Mhm.
it turns out that um, some people like to just hang out with me while I'm doing stuff, which I
Mhm.
love. I talked about this. I'll try to just like say briefly that I guess there's one thing I'd love to do is to bring back art night.
Yes.
But that might be something that maybe would be done in like a Discord setting. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
But I will say that I'm very appreciative for everybody, um, just being cool with me being more flexible and trying
Mhm.
to find the sort of groove. Um, as far as like, hey, today we're gonna work on the iPad.
Mhm.
We're doing a Spacey sketch. Today we're gonna paint tiny galaxies and hang out.
Yeah.
Instead of playing games.
Sometimes it's nice to get that creative flow going as well
Yeah,
as because I do the same thing, having it once in a while doing some sort of crafty thing that you do. It's always nice to have something new other than gaming because sometimes there are days that you're like games like ugh, it's like
yeah,
I need a break. Just give me a second.
yeah.
Let
And
me
you,
get my
Glam, you were actually one of the first people that like I was like, oh my god, this like maybe I could because I had been thinking like, oh god, I'm interested in so many things. Like maybe I can't, maybe I shouldn't stream or like I don't know, would it be okay if I did
mhm.
more than just games and And then you're like, hey, we're just gonna chill and I'm gonna make awesome bracelets. So come hang out.
Oh God,
And I
I
was like, you're
remember
gonna
those.
what? What? That's
You're gonna
so
do what
cool.
now?
I
Yeah,
want to
it's
hang out with you because I
it's
miss
nice to
that. I miss
have
being able to
those.
hang out with my friends and just and create.
Mhm.
And that's like with the art nights,
Mhm.
just being trying to be encouraging and welcoming and very sort of can do attitude. You know, everybody has the power to create.
Yes.
Everybody. Right, Baka? That's my dog. I have a husky. So he agrees.
Doggo wanted attention. He was like, yes, this is happening. Okay, so Andrew asks, could you recommend a Zelda game? I've already started Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild. I'd love to play one of the DS or 3DS Zeldas.
Yeah, I would say, um, well, the good thing about the 3DS is that it does have, I think it has, doesn't it have Twilight? Wait, does it have Twilight? I know it
It
has
doesn't have
Ocarina
Twilight.
of Time.
Yeah, it has Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask for sure.
Okay, yeah.
The ones that were made specifically for the DS, there was the Link
For,
Between Worlds, which is the same as Link to the Past, or not the same, but like generally, like they have like the same kind of vibes as this as each other. There we go. I finished that game at the beginning of my streaming career here. Um, and there was also like Phantom Hourglass,
Hourglass. Hmm.
and then the
I think
tracks
they did
one,
a
the
second
train
one too.
tracks
Oh,
one.
Spirit Tracks or something.
Spirit Tracks, yes. My mom did Spirit Tracks. I watched her play that one for a bit. Um, and then she didn't play Phantom Hourglass, but
For the Game Boy, I would say, or Game Boy Advance. It's
mhm,
a Game Boy. No, wait. What do I have it on? It's the Game Boy Color.
mhm,
Um, I've been playing Oracle of Seasons, and that is adorable, and I love it. So I'm
yes.
not all the way through it by any means, but I I've heard other people that have seemed to enjoy both. There's Oracle of Seasons and another one.
Mhm. I can't remember
Oracle
what
of
it was.
Sages. Crap, I can't remember. One's
I
red
know
and
what
like
you're
one's
talking
blue, I
about, though.
think.
Yeah.
But anyways, um, they say they like both of them, and I like Oracle of Seasons, so I would, I guess, go with that
Yeah. Perfect. Banana asks, is there any character that doesn't have an amiibo but you'd love for them to make one?
one. Um, um, yeah, I mean, yeah. I think, uh, I think, like, quick game knowledge, um, characters. Um, I think that a good one would be.
There's just so many, I
I think it
bet.
would be cool if they did like the divine beasts would be cool, like if they did big ones,
Ooh,
you know?
that would be so cool.
And like if they could do it where you could kind of like at least parts of them were like
Hmm.
movable, I think it would be neat.
Right? That would be
You
pretty
know, because you
neat.
had to like
Or if
crank
they
them a
did
little
like
bit. But
halves or something. I don't know.
yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
just gonna
I
make them
think
kind of
that would be
larger. That'd be
cool.
pretty cool. That'd be pretty neat. I would never
Or
have thought of that. That was good.
thanks, thanks.
So I think it was Mr. Sadlad has asked, are you gonna play the Pokemon Snap?
The snail? I'm not sure yet. I'm
I
still
don't
working
know.
through. I need to play Shield's
Hmm.
DLC.
Oh Jesus.
I also currently have. I'm currently playing a mystery dungeon.
Mm.
I'm also playing Ruby on my SP. I'm also so I've got a lot of Pokemon going on,
I
and I
didn't
don't
grow up with
know.
Pokemon, so like everyone's been like, "Oh my God, Pokemon Snap," and I'm like, so like my first Pokemon like full finished the game checkout kind of thing was Sword and Shield. So I don't have a whole lot on it. My husband, on the other hand, he's played pretty much like every single one that's come out.
Wow.
And so like I'm like I got nothing, and I was like I don't even know if we should get Pokemon Snap, and he's like yeah, we're gonna get it, and I don't know if you. He said to me that he thinks that I would enjoy it, but I also haven't seen a whole lot about it. I didn't even watch the Pokemon Direct. I'm terrible.
I didn't get to see that either. I am behind on that. I do admit. I do know. I think they're coming out with like Pearl and the
Yes.
Diamond or something, which is really cool to hear. They're bringing some of those out. But I was excited about Pokemon Snap. I still am excited about Pokemon Snap, but that one I'm not. I don't have that one on pre-order, so we'll just have to see if that's something that'll work out.
Maybe I'll get in later on in the future or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say no to it if it showed up at my door. You know what I mean?
Right. You'd be like, oh yeah, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Captain does ask, how long have you been playing guitar?
Who, me?
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know how to play
Um,
guitar. I don't got a guitar.
Come on, you can play the tambourine. You can play the tambo.
I'd be so off.
That'd be so. That'd be so cute. I'm just putting together like a little streamer band in my head, and it's adorable. I've been playing guitar since I was 17, and I am an age that is older than that currently.
I'm an age that is older than that. My cat has decided to become a
I've
part
been
of the stream.
playing for well over a decade, we'll say. Probably done 15 years now.
Nice.
Oh my God, maybe more? You no. What? How old am I? Anyway, I've been playing
I
for
do
a
the
while.
same thing.
I'm not where I want to be. You might not know that I've been playing that long, but yeah. And I'm excited to be playing more of it and get back into it because it's something that's probably my biggest like as far as like expressing myself more I don't know, like emotionally, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. I
You
get
know,
it.
that's the medium that always manages to draw that out.
For sure, for sure. So sometimes you
And
just don't want
then silly songs too,
to. Of course,
I get to do silly
of
songs.
course, you
So
gotta
it's
have
fun.
those silly songs in there. So Annie asks, sorry, I'm kind of like busting through these, but I wanted
No, good. I've been
to
rambling. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Annie asked if you already answered this. I'm sorry, I've been in and out, but how is your Animal Crossing Amiibo card collection? Do you have them all? Love you, beautiful gals.
Oh, love you. I don't have them all. I am working on it. I I have a lot more than I did.
Did I heard? Are you doing the same thing that you're doing with the Amiibo figures, the cards? Because I know you can do that with the cards as well. There's on the Nintendo website, I believe you can click all the Amiibos that you
Do
have
the
for
list.
Animal Crossing.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, I had started it and then it reset. So
Oh no! Oh man!
yeah. So but I do have I did buy some like little albums. They're not there's more than can fit in the tiny little Tupperware I had them in. So I have quite a few. I'm sorry, I don't have a more direct answer for
No,
you.
that's good. I mean,
I
we
don't
do know that
have
you
a
don't
complete
have them
collection.
all.
But I know I have. Yeah, I don't know how many I have. I can count them if you want. I don't know if you have time for
I was
that,
supposed to say, I don't think we have time for that one. um, I don't know if you know these, but Vivi is asking, what is your sun, moon, and rising signs, if you know. I know what mine are, but if you know what yours are.
I feel like I knew this at one point in time,
Mm-hmm.
and then I deleted that file to make room for useless Amiibo knowledge. So
I wrote
I'm not
mine
sure.
down because like because just in case I did forget them because I wanted to look into it more. Um, But my sun sign is a Libra. That's why I can never make decisions, which is surprising that I even made a decision to make
Mm,
this podcast. Um, my
the
moon sign is a
scales.
Capricorn, which is actually probably the thing that made me feel like, yeah, you're doing this podcast, because Capricorns are very into they go with, they're getting it. Let's go. And then my rising sign is a Taurus, which is why I'm so lazy. We're not saying that Tauruses are lazy, but that's their stereotype. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't. I okay. This is what I remember. Okay, I'm a Sagittarius. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I remember something about Jupiter moon.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know.
It's all
The
good.
end.
It's all good. It's easy to look it up if you ever like have a thought to look it up.
But
If,
I
as long as
and
you
I
know your
do.
birth
But do you
time.
have to have like your date and time and all that stuff?
Yes, you have to have your date, time, and your place. So if you have your birth certificate, you can just easily look at that and be like, "Oh, look, that's the time and place that I was born," and type
Word.
that into pretty much any kind of thing that you have, and it's all set.
I'm definitely into it though. I'd love
Mm-hmm.
to talk more about that sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's something that I'm learning a little bit more about. So like I'm still kind of learning about astrology along with my tarot readings as well. So like it's something that I'm just kind of researching and learning
Getting more
myself.
into.
So
Yeah.
but I do have a
Side
very
note.
large book that is called The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need.
You'll
So
be, yeah.
I could tell you
There's
all about
also
it.
there's also I really liked Linda Goodman,
Hmm.
Sun Signs, and I think the other one is Love Signs. And both those books have been, I mean, there's a lot of talking,
Hmm.
writing in it, but it's great. And she'll go through like she breaks it all down.
Oh
So,
yeah, oh
anyways,
yeah.
that's my two bits.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last question that I have is from Blue Wave, from iBlue Wave. It says, "I want to know how you pronounce." Oh God, damn it. Okay.
Is it? I'm not even. Nope.
um, Worcestershire.
He does
The-
this every stream.
I mean, I could do it like Donkey from Shrek. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Some people haven't pronounced it. They told me it's Worcester, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's
that's
some
not.
people say
Get
it's
out of here,
Worcestershire, but like I
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Yeah, you're
Like
gonna have to
worst.
like
Like I
bring it to,
believe is
yeah,
word. No, I'm just joking.
Worcestershire. I love that's the question that we're ending on is how you pronounce Worcestershire,
Yeah,
and then it
come
also
on.
says
I'm
hello
sorry I
Spacey in
rambled,
your
but
best,
man, like
yeah,
you know.
right. He also says they also say hello Spacey in your best Spacey voice, and I'm not completely sure what that means. Is that you telling me to say hello Spacey? I'm not completely sure. I, I,
Is that what's this? What is that? In my best spacey voice.
mm. I mean, for you, it would be just, I don't know, your voice? Because you're spacey?
Are you talking about the like the down low, like slow jams, DJ? Hi there. Hey Glam. How's it going? I don't know. I don't know what else. Or like you trying to like Oprah it? Like, hello, Glamour! I'm not even gonna do it. That's ridiculous. But anyways,
There we go. I mean, it
what
works.
other
It works.
voices should I embarrass myself with today?
But I do want to say, thank you very much for being on here. I really appreciate it. Like, it's I'm really excited that you said yes to being on the podcast. I mean, I know it's just something that I'm just starting out and I'm just like still beginning in it. I'm not expecting anything from my podcast, but it's just really nice to like talk to people and see their points of views and different things that are going on. And I always love hearing what people want to do for their guest topic, because like you never know. Like, what
Yeah,
do they want to talk about? There's so many things that we can talk about. Like I said, you can talk about literally anything.
yeah. And you're welcome, but thank you. And also, I think that's a really good thing to incorporate too, is, you know, kind of. it's a little more freeform, but I think it's very cool. So
It
thanks
gets
for
a
letting me talk about Amiibos.
Of course. I mean, like, I didn't realize that you had so many amiibos. Like, I didn't really know that. So, like,
A problem, okay?
so when you said that you wanted to do amiibos, I'm like, okay, now I have to think about questions about amiibos. I'm like, I have lots of questions about amiibos because I have quite a bit myself. So, but like, it helped that we had like a couple of other questions from like Andrew and Annie asking about the different things that we could do. So, about
Yeah.
about the amiibo. So I really like that as well. Um, I do appreciate that. We'll do the polling of who won the giveaway after we're done with the full thing. So we're gonna go into like the kind of the ending thing. So again,
Okay.
Spacey, thank you so much for being on my podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank
If you
you. Thank
guys
you for
are
having me.
on Twitch that are just coming in right now, and you're missing or you missed the entirety of the podcast, don't fret. It's going to be on YouTube on Monday, as well as all of I'm going to be putting it onto Anchor FM, and you can find it on other podcast forms, as well as like uh uh what was it, Google Podcasts or something like that, as well as Spotify. It's on Spotify if you want to
Oh Lord.
see that. So it'll be on quite a few different podcast forms, so you can go ahead and check that out if you would like to, and check out my other 2 episodes that I have with the other fam that I have talked to. So yeah, again, thank you so much, Spacey, for being
Yeah.
here. I appreciate it.
Thanks a million. Thanks. Thanks
Yeah.
a million.
Okay, everybody. Bye.
Bye.